Yes, chef, today, that's right, we're making Chicago-style beef on our big green egg. Let's head out, get the egg fired up, let's get cooking. We went ahead and stirred the charcoal, got that ash out. Now it is time to refresh with some of that beautiful FOGO charcoal. Well, as you can see, I've got the egg niter working for me. I'm gonna go ahead and start that fire right in the middle. Get a good little ember pile built, right? Just get a good little base of fire going. And then I'm gonna go from flame to fan and really get this thing kicking into high speed. Okay, we just hit 200 degrees. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our ConvEGGtor, and I have a drip tray in there as well. Now, today's cooking temperature, 350 degrees, but first things first, we're gonna go ahead and add that Dutch oven in so that can heat up while we heat up our big green egg. So we'll close the dome. We're driving it today to 350 degrees. We've got great ingredients today. We're gonna start off with chuck roast, which is gonna do a nice job giving us a little bit of that shredded or chopped Chicago-style beef today. Amazing. A little bit of salt and pepper, gonna season all that off. We're gonna add some onions into our Dutch oven as well. Then we've got beef stock and a little bit of garlic, just making it rich, deep, and robust. Now, we're doing sweet peppers today, so we have some green peppers, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of Italian seasoning as well. Now, listen, buns. Buns are important, especially when it comes to Chicago-style beef. So we've got a really nice French roll here. We also have a Tolera bun as well. So pick your favorite. I think we're gonna go with French roll today because it just seems nice, and these are super durable and handle being dunked in that au jus. And then we're topping it off with a little bit of hot giardiniera today because you know what? We're going with Chicago-style beef, sweet peppers, dipped, and a little bit of hot. Step number one in this process, lightly oil that chuck roast just to help the salt and pepper adhere. So we'll go ahead and season this up now. And like we always say, season to taste. I don't want to go too heavy though, right? Because I really love the richness of the beef in this dish. So we'll go ahead and get that set, push that down, and then we'll flip it over. Do the same thing to side number two. Now that we have both sides seasoned, we'll go ahead and leave this, just pull this off our board, and we're gonna let it sit at room temp while the big green egg heats up. So probably about 15 minutes, but that'll help this soften up a little bit. And the beauty is that oil's gonna sit right on the surface, help this sear off perfectly. Sweet pepper time. So a little bit of oil on there as well, just to get those peppers coated, and then little salt and pepper, nothing too crazy, just to add some flavor, and then nice pinch of those Italian herbs. We'll go ahead and mix these guys up like that, get it all set like that, good to go. All right, we're right at 350. We are heated up, ready to go. We'll give that a burp. And now it is time to add the beef into our Dutch oven. Now, we're gonna saute this about 10 minutes aside, just so we get a little bit of brown. So we'll go ahead and close it. We'll get that browned off. Okay, here we are after 10 minutes. We'll go ahead and give that a flip to the new side. Now, we're gonna let it go for another 10 minutes. So we'll close the lid. We'll be right back. Okay, so we seared the beef 10 minutes on each side, then we took it out, and as you can see, I'm leaving it on the egg so it continues to get hot. Now we'll add the onions, and we'll add the garlic as well, and we're gonna let these guys kind of cook off, saute off a little bit, if you will, for about 5 minutes. So we'll shut the lid, we'll come back, then it's time to add the beef back into the Dutch oven, add the au jus, put the cover on, make some Chicago-style beef. All right, we'll give it a burp. We'll go ahead and check. Those onions look absolutely amazing. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and add that beef back in here. We'll move that Dutch oven in the middle. Now it's time to add the au jus. And because, you know, we're shooting this in real time, you get to see that I accidentally grabbed the wrong color lid. So now we're gonna go ahead and cover this up, and we're gonna come back and check this here in 2.5 hours just to get a little doneness check. But that's right, red bottom, blue top. All right, here we are right at 2.5 hours. We'll give it a burp, we'll check this out. Now, here's the deal. We are looking pretty good, right? We're looking pretty soft. We're gonna pull this at 2.5 hours and put this in the kitchen because I'll tell you what, today, we decided last minute, we called an audible, we're doing sliced Chicago beef. So we'll get this off, we'll come back. And now that that beef is done, we're gonna let it rest for about 15 minutes, but I'll tell you what, perfect time to get those sweet peppers on here. So we'll put these guys on here, we're gonna let these cook off, roast off for just a little bit. We'll give them about 15 minutes, we'll see you in a minute. All right, so we thought we would get a little fancy today, right? And we're gonna do a little bit of shaved beef. So we're firing up the slicer, and I'll tell you what, we are just going nice and slow here, getting some beautiful shaved beef. We'll get the camera around the other side of this so you can see that, but I'll tell you, I am excited about this because now we've got some beautiful shaved Italian style beef. Sandwich building time, and I've never been more excited. So we'll grab some of that amazing sliced beef. Oh, I'll tell you, this is gonna be fantastic. Then we'll grab a little bit of that au jus that's in here, get that on top, right? But don't worry, we've got other fun things we're gonna do as well. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of that giardiniera, and then I'll tell you what, baptizing it, we're going into the water for a nice little splash, right? We'll get this guy out of the way here, and then look at that. Perfection. We'll add our peppers to the top like that. That is perfect. Serve that with a little side of au jus. Boom, we're good. Chicago style beef in the studio makes for a fantastic day. If you want to add to that level of fantasticness, be sure to check out our jalapeno popper video. That coming up next.